Chase for $2 million, winner take all, and we begin this unique 3-week tournament today with competition from 4 regions here on ESPN. Here in Greensboro, we continue with a matchup of Power of the Paw, the 3 seed against 6 seed Team 23. And welcome back, everyone. Good evening. Brock Bowling, Nate Ross with you. And Nate, 2 games went down to the wire today in great climatic fashion. 3 games overall totaled this afternoon, and 1 more here tonight. Should be fun.
Great excitement so far, and I expect nothing less in this one, game 4 today.
Let's take a look at our bracket, and we've had 3 games earlier today. Earlier, it was number 5 seed Florida TNT knocking off 4 seed primetime players. Top seed Team Hines beat 8 seed Boo Williams as expected, and just a moment ago, number 2 seed Team CP3 in dramatic fashion beat number 7 seed Tampa 2020 76-73. Here's a tournament overview for TBT, the 6th season of existence. $2 million winner-take-all prize. 64 teams in the field playing 63 games. Overseas Elite is the 4-time defending champion. They've racked up over $7 million over the last 4 years. We'll take a look at this matchup here tonight. Power of the Paw against Team 23. We start with Power of the Paw. Nate, and they are led by a very unique scoring guard in Lou Stallworth.
Lou Stallworth played at various schools in his college career. He finished at the Citadel for my good friend Duger Balcom. He's an exceptional scorer and had over 1,000 points in his college career at various places. On the other side, Davin White is in his 5th TBT. Not many guys can say that, so he knows what this tournament is all about. He finished this last year in the top league in Spain, which is exceptionally good basketball. He knows how to score the ball, and he knows what TBT is all about.
Let's go over the rules of TBT. They play 4 9-minute quarters in this event in each game. A player will be disqualified after receiving his 6th personal foul of the game. On the 5th foul of each quarter, all non-shooting fouls will be awarded 2 bonus free throws. FIBA goaltending rules in effect, which allows any player to make a play on the ball once it hits the rim, except on free throw attempts. Timeouts, 3 30-second timeouts, 1 60-second timeout per team. 2 of the 3 30s will carry over into the second half of the game. And of course, the Elam ending in effect. First dead ball under 4 minutes to go. The game clock shuts off. Shot clock still in effect. They add 8 points to the leading team's score to set the target score. First team to reach the target score wins the game. And time now for our starting lineups, brought to you by Air Force Reserve. Explore your opportunities with the Air Force Reserve for the Power of the Paw. It's Reed, DeVoe, Harrison, Hammonds, and Grant. And for Team 23, they will go with Frank Gaines, Jay Threet, Stacey Davis, Davin White, and Larry Owens. The head coach is on the left for Team 23, Doug Gottlieb. And on the right, the head coach for the Power of the Paw is Brian Judsky.
Clemson in their traditional Clemson colors. Most of the guys on the team are Clemson alums.
Larry Owens will jump center circle for Team 23 against Jure Grant of the Power of the Paw. Opening tap, and here we go. 4th and final game of the day here in the Greensboro Regional. First round action of TBT 2019. Gabe DeVoe comes up short on that 3. And the rebound goes out of bounds. It'll stay with the Power of the Paw, the Clemson Tigers alumni team. A lot of former Clemson players on this club, some non-Clemson alum also on the team. The 3 seed Power of the Paw against 6 seed Team 23. Marquise Reed gets inside and scores the game's first 2.
See many guys do what Marquise Reed just did right there, change speeds.
Here is Team 23. Called Team 23 by General Manager Mike Iliano. And he named this team Team 23 out of respect to Michael Jordan, because he was a 80s and 90s kid, was heavily influenced by Michael Jordan, who wore the number 23, of course. And he said MJ really embodied winning, and he wanted to make his team represent winning and called it Team 23.
And one reason he wanted to come to this regional was all the ACC stuff that's in the Greensboro Coliseum Museum right around the corner from us, and he wanted to show his team that.
And the rebound by the power of the paw, Gabe DeVoe.
And Mr. Jordan is well represented in that museum, I am sure.
This is the power of the paw's 5th appearance in the TBT. It's a hungry team, according to head coach and actually a general manager, Nick Isabella. He says his players really want this one this year to try and make a big run and try and win the $2 million. As Marquise Reed scores his 4th point of the game.
Shaking his head like, you can't stop me.
Foul on Team 23, back over to power of the paw.
And so far they can't.
Here's Grant. Over to DeMarcus Harrison. He drives inside for the layup.
That handoff is so much more effective than a ball screen because the handoff, you got to come close. The ball screen, sometimes the guard doesn't come close enough. Handoff's just better.
An 8-0 run to begin the game for the power of the paw. The foul away for the basketball. It's on the Clemson alumni team. Foul's on Cliff Hammonds, and that's his first. Owens, nifty move inside, left it short. Grant, the rebound. Here's Gabe DeVoe. DeVoe lost it. Turnover on power of the paw. Here comes Jay Threet with the ball. Driving inside and laying it in.
Good job not to lose the basketball, and DeVoe went for the steal.
And Team 23 is on the board for the first time here tonight. Reed on the baseline, foul down low.
See what I mean there? The high ball screen, the screener and the ball handler didn't get close enough. It was effective, but not as effective. You throw the ball and then go get a handoff. It's like in football. You got to come close to him. There's nowhere for the defender to go. Or I should say there's nowhere for the defender to get through.
So Cliff Hammonds will inbound on the baseline.
Some teams just want to throw the ball in bounds on a blob baseline underneath, or a baseline out of bounds. Power to Paul wants to try to score, and he almost threw it away right there.
So power of the paw out to a great start, up 6. It's got out to an 8-point lead at 8-0 before Team 23 scored earlier in the game. And there's a fadeaway shot that goes for Marquise Reed, a late addition to the club last week. He has 3 baskets already and 6 points.
Not easy ones either. Fading away, got bumped. Nice shot.
And Frank Gaines scores inside and count the basket and one for Frank Gaines, the 6'4" shooting guard from Indiana, Purdue, Fort Wayne.
If a team is aggressive, use that aggressiveness against them. Watch for the steal on the pass. And the backdoor cut for an easy one. Reed got beat.
And Gaines can't convert the 3-point play. Rebound by the power of the paw, which leads by 6.
I know I'm going to call him Clemson a couple times tonight because of the uniforms and the whole thing, but that's not the name of the team.
And Harrison off the mark on that 3. Fight for the rebound, and Brandon Garrett has it for Team 23. Over to Travis Gabadon. This is Davin White, one of the more decorated players in TBT history, who gives it up to Gabadon. His tough fadeaway, no. Put back, missed by Garrett.
Boy, he had a point-blank, easy dunk. Just tried to finesse it in and missed.
Harrison spinning, fading, got it.
Boy, the power of the paw is on point offensively so far.
Team 23 with the ball. White, too strong, and one and done. Goes Team 23 on that trip. Reed, the floater in the lane. No, and they play on the other way. Here's White trying to run it down for Team 23, and he throws it away. DeVoe in the corner. Short on that three. Owens rebounding, and he says, let's slow it up and run some offense. Team 23 was the runner-up in TBT 2015. It lost to Overseas Elite. That was the first of the Overseas Elite titles, as they have won 4 in a row. Three-pointer by Frank Gaines gives him 5 points on the night. His team trails by 5 to Power of the Paw.
Little 2-3 zone now from Team 23.
Reed beats the shot clock buzzer. Garrett the rebound for Team 23. And Gaines out of control, he traveled.
Yep, had nowhere to go, and he made that spin move, didn't know what to do with it. A little faster than he should have.
And we get a timeout on the floor. 3:41 to go here in this opening round game. Final game of the night. The Paw leads it by 5.
If you were to attend a party with all of history's most influential people, the creators, the innovators, the pioneers, you'd notice a common theme. But if you were to choose one mother or father to throw such a party, it would have to be the father of tequila. Cuervo Tradicional since 1795, the father of tequila.
The basketball tournament is brought to you by Puma. Back in Greensboro, 4th and final game of the night. First round action of the Greensboro Regional 2019 TBT. Brock Bowling, Nate Ross with you. And Power of the Paw out to a good start, leading Team 23 12-7. And Reed had the ball poked away by Owens. An offensive foul on Reed. Beautiful defense and position taken by Larry Owens.
You want to do a clinic on defense? Check out Mr. Owens. That was as good as it gets. Keep your feet moving, stay low, stay in a stance, and draw a charge. That's as good as it gets right there.
Gaines rims out that three. Fight for the rebound, and Reed has it for Power of the Paw. And he gets it over to Gabe DeVoe. Reed, tough shot, wanted the foul, no call. They play on, and Gaines has it out of the pack for Team 23. Bullet pass inside to Garrett, misses the jam, got it back, but he hung on the rim. And that'll be an illegal basket touch by Brandon Garrett.
Tried to dunk it with 2, and as he lost his balance, grabbed it with the left hand. Can't do that. They stopped it right there. That's 2 easy putbacks that Team 23 had. One with the little tip and that dunk that they missed both. 4 points, 4 important points.
Here's Lou Stallworth. Late acquisition by Power of the Paw in the last couple of weeks. Hammonds for 3, and it goes in. That's his first points of the night. And Power of the Paw leads it by 8. Davin White for 3. That's way off the mark. An air ball. Stallworth out of the pack. He wants to run for the Paw. Hammonds, Harrison, open 3. No. And Larry Owens, the rebound for Team 23. Garrett, way off the mark on the 3. Out of bounds, off of the Power of the Paw. And in for Power of the Paw is KJ James. end of the game for Team 23 is Travis Gabadon. And they lob it inside and turn it over. Turn it over on Team 23. Stallworth driving inside, lost the ball, out of control. Some contact, no call. It's out of bounds. Whose ball? It goes back to Team 23.
Normally that's one of the things that Lou Stallworth does exceptionally well with that big strong body is get in the paint and score. A lot of contact, no call. Lost the basketball going up.
There you see Doug Gottlieb, former college and pro basketball player. We'll talk more about him as the game goes along. Here's White for three, rims it around and it goes in.
Powered upon a 2-3 zone there. Stallworth got screened, couldn't get back to the shooter.
First points of the game for Davin White. And Team 23 cuts it down to 5 at 15-10. And Stallworth, reach-in foul called on Travis Gabadon of Team 23, his first.
Everybody in an orange jersey's played so far tonight for Power to Paul, so they're getting a lot of minutes out of a lot of bodies, getting fresh legs.
Hammonds inbounds to DeVoe, driving inside, hanging, got fouled in the play. He'll head to the line and shoot two.
It's a pretty good play by Gabe DeVoe. After a couple screens, he ran to the weak side corner, caught the ball, and the defender had to close out, and as the defender ran at him, he waited and then blew by him. Through the contact, got the foul at the line.
So Gabe DeVoe will go to the line. Played 4 years at Clemson, including that Sweet 16 team in 2018. And Gabe DeVoe will take home over $128,000 if Power of the Paw wins this year's TBT. His winning share will be sent with Zell.
I like the way they split it up. 128,571. Not 100,000. That's good. And I guarantee he knows every last dollar if they win it. And he should.
White bangs in a three. His second three of the game. He has 6 points. And Team 23 hanging around. It was out to an 8-0 deficit to begin the game. It's now down only by 4, 17-13.
We said Davin White's been there, done that in this tournament. Got to the finals, as you said, but this is his 5th TBT.
Hammonds skips it over to Stallworth, driving inside. Grant with a floater, left it way short, and Nigel spikes the rebound for Team 23.
I don't think Jeriah Grant was ready for that one. Good pass, he just wasn't ready for it.
Gabadon, tough shot, and the baseline shot goes down for Travis Gabadon, his first 2 points of the game. And inside of 30 seconds to go in the opening quarter, Team 23 cuts it down to 2.
It's a game of runs, it always is, and boy, have we seen some runs so far today and this evening.
Team 23 started out 0 for 5 from the field. Since then, it has gone 6 of 13 from the floor. Reed lost it, turned it over, 6 seconds to go. Up the floor, Davion Berry, and he scoops and scores, and he's fouled, and he'll head of the line for 1.
Team 23 knew the clock was running down. They got the miss, and then out in front. Stallworth reaches in to try to stop it. Good stick-to-itiveness by that man at the line for an and one.
So Davion Berry will go to the line. This past year, he played professionally overseas in Greece. He was a late addition to this club. There is Doug Gottlieb, former point guard in his collegiate days at Oklahoma State. And Berry converts on the three-point play. 3 seconds to go in the quarter. Stallworth has to put it up at the buzzer. But if it goes, it does not. And for the first time tonight, Team 23 has a lead. It was out to an 8-0 deficit. Now it leads by 1. End of 1, 18-17. Team 23 leads it. You're watching the TBT on ESPN3.
Okay, Thor, hit me. few years ago? Ant-Man, I know you know that.
Is that everyone? What, you wanted more?
Avengers!
Assemble.
Avengers Endgame. Buy it now and watch instantly.
TBT is taking over Chicago for Championship Week. 8 teams, single elimination, $2 million, winner take all. August 1st through the 6th at Wintrust Arena. Visit thetournament.com/tickets to secure your seats today.
Started the second quarter here in Greensboro. Brock Bowling, Nate Ross with you. Team 23 was down 8-0 to begin the game. It's now on an 8-0 run of its own and leads it by 1 over Power of the Paw, 18-17. As we start the second quarter of action, Nigel Spikes tries to wrap it inside to Andre Washington, turns it over. That's the fourth on Team 23. Reed is fouled by Davin White.
Really good help side by Andre Reed to read that play and anticipate the pass and just take it away. Foul before the shot, so no shots. Here's a matchup for you. Stallworth against 7-foot.
Stallworth, open three, left it way short, and the rebound by Team 23. Gabadon tight ropes the sideline. Here's White. Finds Barry. And back out to White. He'll reset the offense on the point. Gabadon, a deep three. Left it short. Offensive rebound taken right back by Gabadon. Floats it up. And taken away by Power of the Paw. 2-on-2. Here's DeVoe. Inside pass knocked away and back over to the hands of Team 23.
Tried to get it down to Andre Washington, a big man from Wake in East Carolina last time. He just couldn't handle it. Nice pass.
White in the corner, wide open, missing that three. Nice box out by Cliff Hammonds for Power of the Paw into the hands of Stallworth.
Both teams look a little tired to me.
Reed bangs in the three.
Except Marquise Reed. It's amazing when you're tired and that orange sphere just gives you energy. Like, take me out, coach. You get on offense. I'm good. Don't worry about it.
9th point for Reed, his first tray. Power of the Paw, though, is up by 2.
Wow.
And now it's tied as Gabadon hits the fadeaway jumper.
That's as tough as a jump shot as you're ever going to see.
Reed at the foul line, got it. Reed heating it up with 11 points. And the Power of the Paw leads it by 2. White for 3, book it.
All right, so this game's going to be more offense than defense. That's all.
9 points for White on 3 3-pointers in this game. DeVoe's 3. Rebound by Team 23, and it's out of bounds. The fourth and final game of the night in the first round of the Greensboro Regional.
Chance to advance.
And we've seen 2 incredible Elam endings here already tonight. Out of the 3 games we've seen, do we have one more left in this one tonight? We'll wait and see. As the ball's knocked away, turnover on Team 23, it's 5th of the game. DeMarcus Harrison driving inside, the floater, no. Rebound ripped away by Frank Gaines for Team 23. And Spikes is fouled from behind by Jeray Grant.
A lot of Grants have worn the orange and purple of Clemson University.
Yeah, that's Jeray Grant. He's the son of Harvey Grant, who played at both Clemson and Oklahoma. The nephew of Horace Grant, NBA world champion with the Chicago Bulls and the LA Lakers.
And the brother of Jaren Grant.
Who played at Notre Dame.
Yep, and Colorado.
Shot for three, missed on the baseline corner by Davion Berry, and then the other end, they throw it away on the other end by Power of the Paw. Stacey Davis drives, and he's fouled on the floor, no shot. Foul before the shot attempt by Stacey Davis.
Harrison got the ball on that break for the Power of the Paw and really did not know where to go with it. Turned it over, and Team 23 turns it into an opportunity at the foul line at the other end.
At the line, Stacey Davis played 4 years out of the West Coast at Pepperdine from 2012 to 2016.
You ever been to that campus?
I have.
Nobody could ever study at that campus. It's Malibu. It overlooks the ocean. It's up on a hill. It's spectacular.
TheTournament.com is your place for all things TBT. Check it out, especially TBT's Week 2 regional competition from Wichita, Salt Lake City, Richmond, and Syracuse beginning this coming Thursday afternoon at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Power of the Paw down 2. Ball deflected and into the hands and stolen away by Team 23. This is Davis.
Trying to get proper spacing worked out. Now they got it.
And offensive foul on Stacey Davis.
Reed, right place, the right time. Knew he was out muscled and outsized inside, but held his position. Got knocked down. You see A.J. Desai explaining to him why he called that foul on him. He cleared him out with that offhand.
There's Doug Gottlieb, head coach of Team 23. I'll talk to the staff of Team 23 about Doug Gottlieb, and the general manager, Mike Iliano, says he's just a brilliant coach, has a great basketball mind. You know, he played 1 year at Notre Dame, and then 3 years at Oklahoma State. He ended his college career at the time in 2000 as the Big 12 Conference's all-time leader in career assists, and he did it in the Big 12 Conference in only 3 years.
Yep. Played for Coach Sutton, I believe.
His record has since been surpassed. It was broken by Aaron Miles of Kansas 5 years later in 2005. Davis on the lay in on the other end.
Good job by Davis. A little rim runner there. When a big guy runs that hard, you got to give him the rock, and they did.
Team 23 by 4. Reed driving, hanging, and missing the shot, but he'll go to the line for 2.
When Power of the Paw drives like that, there's never another orange jersey in their way. They have room to maneuver and room to do what they need to do. That time he got fouled. But their spacing has been really good on the offensive end in the half court. Transition, not so much, but half court, yes.
And Reed hits the free throw. Power of the Paw, 3 of 4 at the line.
Much smaller lineup in there now for Power of the Paw, with James being like their biggest player, but much quicker.
13 points for Reed, and Team 23's lead is down to 2. Approaching 4 minutes to go, second quarter.
Team 23 wants to take it inside because they have that size advantage.
Gaines, left-handed 3, and the rebound by DeMarcus Harrison for Power of the Paw.
There's 5 scorers out there for Power of the Paw right now from any spot on the floor.
Reed missing the 3, but he's fouled on the shot by Garrett, and Reed will go to the line for 3 free throws.
Watch what happens after this foul. Garrett gets him there on the arm. He looks at Mr. Valentine, says, "That's no foul," and Ted Valentine just says, "Walk away from me, because Mr. Valentine will tee you up in a minute."
Time out of the floor, 3:38 to go in the half. And Team 23 leads it by 2.
Discover card? Hi, do you have a travel card? We do. The Discover It Miles card. Earn unlimited 1.5 miles on every purchase. Plus, we'll match your miles at the end of your first year.
You'll match my miles?
Yeah, mile for mile. And no blackout dates or annual fee.
Nice. I was thinking about taking a scuba diving trip.
I love that.
Or maybe go surfing. Or not.
Okay, maybe somewhere else.
Maybe a petting zoo.
Can't go wrong.
Can't get eaten.
Earn miles. We'll match them at the end of your first year. Plus, no annual fee or blackouts. The Discover It Miles card.
You'll see some of the most original and colorful TBT uniforms this tournament, so be sure to check them all out over at tbtgear.com and treat yourself to some great-looking TBT apparel.
Matter of fact, I did that this morning. There's some good stuff on there. Cool t-shirts, hoodies, all kinds of things. Puma did it right.
So Marquise Reed at the line, played 1 year at Robert Morris, 2014-15, then 3 years at Clemson, 2016 to 2019, as he hits the free throw there to give him 14 points on the night. In the two schools combined, he scored over 2,000 career points.
And if he makes this, it will be 7 out of 7 for the Power of the Paw from the line.
And he has 16 points. Power of the Paw, as Nate said, perfect at the stripe. 7 of 7, and the Paw reclaims the lead by 1. Davis hangs in the air, draws the contact, and drops it in for 2, plus the foul.
Really good job with the shot fake by Davis. It waited for the defender to get in the air and then shot it. Got bumped. Watch this. Driving to the middle. Shot fake. Defender goes up, then you go up, and Davis has the strength to make it, and then add one opportunity.
So Davis at the line. We talked about his college days, played at Pepperdine. I have been on that campus. I called a game there once at Pepperdine, and yeah, it's
crazy.
It's beautiful. Played this past year in Slovakia as Davis hits the free throw, and Team 23 back on top by 2.
All-time leading scorer at Pepperdine.
And that's saying something. They've got some scores.
Yes, they have. That league plays a lot of offense.
Reed draws the contact. He'll go to the line again.
Power to Paw is really impressing me with their half-court spacing. They're not bunched up. I did a Houston game this year, and Kelvin Sampson, at practice, we were talking, and I said, Coach, what did you learn from the NBA when you were with the Rockets those couple of years? He said it's all about spacing. Used to be in transition, you run lanes. Now you just run to the deep corners, because if nobody covers you, you can make the shot. But if they do, it leaves all kinds of lanes open. And Power to Paw is doing a really good job of that half-court spacing stuff, as does Kelvin Sampson's Houston Cougar team.
Marquise Reed with 18 of Power of the Paw's 29 points. And he has all of the Paw's points here in this quarter. He was a late addition to the team a couple of weeks ago. Davis rims it out. Owens the rebound, and the putback is good.
Offensive rebounds are impressive. Offensive rebounds in traffic like Owens just got are really hard to get. Got to work hard for him, and he just did.
Reed on the drive. He'll go to the line again.
Smart man. Heard that whistle. Throw it up there.
I mean, he is carrying this team, not just in this game, but in this quarter alone. I mean, literally, he has all the team's points here in the second quarter. There you see it, 18 points, 5 of 8 shooting, 7 of 7 at the line, going to the line again. The team is 9 of 9 at the stripe overall, now 10 of 10. As Gabe DeVoe comes back into the game, DeMarcus Harrison will have a seat. And the first miss by Reed and by the Power of the Paw in this game at the line.
I did a couple Clemson games when he was there. He was really good in the ACC. Really good for the Clemson Tigers.
Owens inside Barry, and he throws it away. The 8th turnover on Team 23. And a timeout taken by the Power of the Paw. With a minute 51 to go here in the second quarter. Time to go inside the huddle. The sights and sounds from this huddle are brought to you by Puma.
How many you got? I'll go there. I only got one. I'll go there.
Okay. Yeah. Don't worry about fucking with him when he catches, okay?
Correct.
He's gonna try and get to your body.
Correct.
And you got length over him. Okay? Listen, 2 is not a shooter, and the other quasi-big guy is not a shooter. Those are the guys that we want to help out. The old head with the beard, Harrison, he can fucking shoot. Yeah, okay? All right, let's go. Sit down and play defense.
Interesting, talking about those are the guys we're going to help out on. The other guys were okay, but obviously you got to help out on the man that's got 19 points, Marquise Reed, because he's killing them.
Well, General Manager Mike Iliano said of Doug Gottlieb, just has a great basketball mind, and he's a point guard, and usually he said point guards are very cerebral, very good coaching minds is what they have, and he said it was a no-brainer to bring on Doug Gottlieb when Gottlieb showed interest in coaching his team in the TBT. Reed, way off the mark on that three. DeVoe, the rebound, counted and one. 6 points for Gabe DeVoe, and he gives the Power of the Paw the lead of 1.
Flexing a little bit there. You ought to flex, Mr. DeVoe. Got the offensive rebound with a bunch of guys trying to break your neck and laid it in. Played in Poland last year.
4 years at Clemson from 2014 to 2018. As we mentioned, he was part of that Sweet 16 team in 2018 under head coach Brad Brownell.
More impressive, a 2-time ACC All-Academic. That's cool.
Gaines, Davis, muscles it up inside, can't convert, and Stallworth rips away the rebound for the Power of the Paw. Goes one-on-one against Dobbin White. Harrison lost it off his foot. Shot clock at 10. Hammond's a deep three, no. And White skies high for the rebound for Team 23. Owens wide open, hits a three.
One guy drives into your spot, you replace his spot, Owens gets it. Little two-man game worked to perfection.
And about a 3-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock here in the second quarter. Power of the Paw with the ball, down by 1. That was our 7th lead change of the game. Down to 7 to shoot. DeVoe with 4. Harrison beats the shot clock buzzer. Offensive rebound, put back good by DeVoe. Gabe DeVoe beats the halftime buzzer. He has 9, and the Power of the Paw leads it by 1 at the break. The miss by Reed, actually the make by Reed. Dobbin White also on the other end. Back and forth battle. Good one here in Greensboro at the break. Power of the Paw leads it by 1. 23 by 1 at the break, 35 to 34. And welcome back, everyone. Brock Bowling, Nate Ross with you. And Nate, got a good one going on here tonight in this game. And we've had 3 other games here this evening, and 2 of those 3 were outstanding with the endings, and another good game as well with Team Hines.
Unbelievable action the whole time. There's a 3 to win it right there. When it was tied, last bucket by Warren wins it, and he gets the honor of advancing and slapping it up there.
And then against Team Hines versus Boo Williams, it was Kyle Hines leading the way for Team Hines.
Kyle Hines is so effective and so efficient inside in the painted area. He has been his whole career. In EuroLeague basketball, he does it as well, and he led them to a pretty good win to advance as well in front of the hometown folks.
And then in the previous game earlier tonight, it was PJ Hairston, the game winner, to beat Tampa 2020. Team CP3 survives and advances.
Little step back, biggest crowd of the night. PJ Hairston, the Chapel Hill grad, sticks it on there and enjoys advancing as well.
Here's a look at our updated bracket. Team Hines defeats Boo Williams. It plays Florida TNT tomorrow. TNT beat the primetime players today, so that's one second-round matchup tomorrow on ESPN3 at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Team CP3, the 2-seed, advances and takes on the winner of this game going on right now between the 3-seed Power of the Paw and the 6-seed Team 23. At the break, here in the final game of the night in the first round in Greensboro, Power of the Paw leads it by 1 over Team.
As your life grows, so do your needs. And with Bank of America and Merrill, the benefits you get can grow too. As a Preferred Rewards member, you can enjoy priority service and exclusive discounts, so your growing life can be more rewarding too. What would you like the power to do?
Halftime score, Power of the Paw leads Team 23, 35-34 here at the break on ESPN3 in the 2019 TBT Greensboro Regional. Welcome back. Brock Bowling, Nate Ross with you. And Nate, how about Marquise Reed for the Power of the Paw? A great late addition for this club, and they need all he's provided so far tonight.
They'd be in trouble without him. He's got 19 points. That's 54% of his team's points in the first half. The problem is they're only up 1. So the other 46% of the team's got to help him out a little bit, but he's been exceptional from all over the floor. Gifted athlete. The spacing has really helped him, and he can create one whenever he wants one. That's his asset.
Yeah, 19 of the 35 Power of the Paw points tonight by Marquise Reed. You take a look at the first half stats. Neither team shooting exactly lights out from the field. Three-point range, much better for Team 23 than Power of the Paw. Power of the Paw going to the free throw line several times tonight, 11 of 12, and the rebounds about even.
Yeah, the free throws have really helped them. Neither team is doing well from three-point land, but when the Power of the Paw attacks and gets to the line, as you can see, 11 out of 12 is pretty darn good.
It's our fourth and final first-round game here tonight in the Greensboro Regional. 2 more games tomorrow, and the regional final game on Sunday afternoon. All the games airing right here on ESPN3 from the Greensboro Regional.
And we know the teams are playing for a winner-take-all $2 million, but something new this year, the winner of the regional gets 25% of the total gate receipts. So that's a nice little bonus. In previous years, you win the regional, congratulations, you get to go on, but this year you're going to get some cash with it.
So there is Team 23, which came in a little hobbled and short-handed. They were supposed to have Shaquille McKissick and Caddy Lalane, along with Jay Threet, and due to some injuries and other changes of plans, they had to recruit a couple of new players, and Doug Gottlieb's team has been in this game. It's a back-and-forth battle. Got out to a slow start, but a much better finish in the first quarter. Hanging around in the second quarter. His team down just 1 as the 6th seed against the 3-seed Power of the Paw. Started the third quarter, and here we go. And Reed, not bashful to shoot, and it's a wedgie between the rim and the glass. And the alternate possession arrow goes back over to Team 23.
Probably not the way he envisioned his first shot of the second half, but it is what it is.
And the first possession of the second half, the third quarter for Team 23. Here's White.
Good play, better defense by Clemson. Take away that fade screen on the weak side for Dobbin White.
And Davis tries to bank it in, doesn't get the bounce. And the rebound by DeMarcus Harrison for the Power of the Paw.
See if Clemson can, see, I told you I'd do it. See if Power of the Paw can continue to keep that spacing and get opportunities for drives. As Grant chucks it out of bounds.
And Jere Grant throws it away out of bounds. It's the 10th turnover on the Power of the Paw.
First time I've ever seen a referee tell guys to hustle up. Ted Valentine said, come on, guys, let's go.
Gaines missing the finger roll, got his own rebound, and on the way up, he got fouled. He'll go to the line for 2.
Good move by Gaines, not anticipating it going in. That second jump to go get it and get fouled.
So Frank Gaines at the line, played 4 years at Indiana, Purdue, Fort Wayne, 2009 to 2013. And if Frank Gaines and his team wins, he will take home $140,000. If Team 23 wins this year's TBT, his winning share will be sent with Zell.
You wonder how guys get to play in this tournament and how they become really good players overseas. There's so many of them, like Gaines, all-time leading scorers at their colleges. So they were pretty darn good before it all started.
Gaines on the fly, and he banks it in.
And that's one of the reasons why. Pretty athletic move to the rim.
He had 5 points in the first half. He has 4 points already in this third quarter alone. DeVoe, count the basket and 1.
That's about as athletic as it gets for Gabe DeVoe right there. He caught the ball with his chest on this pass, gathers it, has a great kinesthetic sense. My physiology teacher will love that from Maryland. And knows where his body is in the air, lays it in for an N1 opportunity.
This is to tie the game, and DeVoe does that indeed. He ties the game at 38, makes the free throw. Power of the paw, 12 of 13 from the stripe, and we're tied at 38.
That might be the difference maker down the stretch. They've been exceptionally good from the line.
Davis lost it into White's hands.
Reed with the good help side, try to slap it away.
White, scoop shot. Oh, off the glass and good. It goes down for White. That's his first points of the quarter. He has 11 points in the game on 3 3-pointers made.
He said this is his 5th TBT, so he knows what's going on. He's helping his team tremendously.
Yeah, he's a veteran of TBT experience. DeVoe fights his way inside. Ball knocked away by Gaines. Make it a Davis rather. Gaines up the floor. Lays it up and in. Counted and 1.
Gaines with a head of steam. They throw it up ahead. He shields the defender off with that big, strong body and lays it in with the right hand. An even better play, because watch what his dominant hand is at the free throw line. He's a lefty. Special play.
And Gaines completes the 3-point play. Team 23 now 6 of 8 at the line, and now leads it by 5 over the power of the paw. DeVoe hits a 3.
Gaines might have been a little tired, never got a hand up in the face. He gave DeVoe and he made him pay.
White tries to answer. Can't hit the 3 on this end, and the rebound by Reed for the power of the paw. Here's DeVoe. Near steal by White. Harrison beats him to the basketball, misses the shot. Outlet pass to Gaines for Team 23. Here is Owens. Tough shot in the lane, goes in.
What a touch pass by Gaines to get the ball up to Owens from half court to basically foul line extended.
Reed, backdoor pass to Harrison.
Been a lot of Clemson quarterbacks that have looked off defenders, while the power of the Paul Reed just looked off the defender there.
Gaines on the drive, got blocked by Grant. Gaines hits the deck. Out of bounds, it stays with Team 23.
The pace has picked up a bit in the third quarter, to the delight of the fans that have hung in for this last game of the evening.
Started about half an hour later than originally scheduled. A little after 9 o'clock was the eventual tip time here tonight.
Game 3 was a rush to court ending, which was kind of cool.
Shot clock at 8. Davis. And Reed rips away the rebound for the power of the paw. Hammonds hits a 3. His second three of the game. He has 6 points. And the power of the paw leads it by 1.
Donovan White dead in his face, too. That was a hard shot. Highly contested. He still stuck it. There's the matchup White wants. Big man on him. He can go right by him or just pull up like that.
And White knocks down a deep triple for Team 23. His fourth three of the game. He has 14 points. And Team 23 back in front by 2.
You get Grant on you 6'9", you're Donovan White, you're just licking your chops like, let me go. If he backs up a little bit, you know you can make the three. If he gets in your face, you blow by him.
That's the 11th lead change of this game. Power of the paw got out to an 8-0 lead to begin the game. Then Team 23 got back in it. It's been kind of back and forth ever since. Reed and lays it in.
Great curl cut. Beat his defender initially and realized he could get to the rim as soon as he caught it.
He had 19 points in the first half. That's his first points of the third quarter.
I don't believe he's done.
White's pass taken away by Gabe DeVoe. 2-on-2. DeVoe for 3. No. Got his own rebound. Reed, he'll spot up for a triple and knocks it down.
15 Owens kind of dared him to shoot it, and he said, no problem. Got to close out to the shooter, especially a young man that scored so many.
Gaines out of control. Offensive foul on Frank Gaines, his fourth personal. And we get a timeout on the floor with 3:56 to go in the third quarter. Back and forth action as we've gone back and forth all night in this one. Power of the paw by 3.
Cologuard, colon cancer screening for people 50 and older at average risk.
Honey, have you seen my glasses?
I've always had a knack for finding things. Colon cancer, to be exact. And I find it non-invasively. No need for time off or special prep. It all starts here. You collect your sample, and Cologuard uses the DNA in your stool to find 92% of colon cancers. You can always count on me to know where to look.
Oh, I found them. I can do this test now.
Ask your doctor if Cologuard is right for you. Covered by Medicare and most major insurers.
The basketball tournament is brought to you by Puma. Out of the timeout, Power the Paw ball, leading by 3, 51-48. Brock Bowling, Nate Ross, and the rest of our ESPN3 crew. Fourth and final game of the night here in the Greensboro Regional, and that 3 rims in and out for DeMarcus Harrison. Ball goes out of bounds. And it goes back over to Team 23.
Team 23 threw a little 1-3-1 at him, and I thought that shot was in the basket, so everybody with Power the Paw just rimmed out.
Gabadon just simply lost it. Out of bounds. Turnover on Team 23.
Tried to go baseline and didn't bring the ball with him. One time zone, back man. He wants him by himself.
DeVoe rises and fires and hits a 3.
No ball screen, get out of my way, Gabe DeVoe says, and he sticks it.
That's his second 3 of the game, both in this quarter. He has 18 points. Near steal by Reed. Here's Barry on the shot, no. High rebound ripped away by Gabe DeVoe for Power of the Paw. And they want to run. DeVoe, acrobatic move, missed the shot. Fight for the rebound. KJ James has it into Reed's hands. Reed, contact, no call. They play on. Gabadon outlets the pass to White. Pull up for 3, no. And a whistle and a foul on someone.
Shoving inside.
It's on Brandon Garrett. And that's his third.
You got to live with Donovan White with that shot. I mean, he was dead wide open in transition. That's his shot. He just didn't make it. The great ones miss half of them. I like this Power to Paul, getting a little ball movement and man movement other than just standing around going ISO.
Harris Harrison draws the contact, gets the call, the foul, and the basket as well.
They're so gifted athletically. Watch how he is almost going in the wrong direction with the bump and still has enough athleticism to bring it back to his right hand and shoot the rim, not bank it in, just shoot the rim with a little finesse shot. That's special.
Power of the paw right in the middle of a 15-3 run to now go up 8 with 2:14 to go in the third quarter. Marcus Harrison at the line. 1 year at BYU, then transferred to Clemson, played 3 years there. Cannot convert on the free throw attempt. The lead is 8 for Power of the Paw. Gabadon driving and draws the foul.
I remember doing a Clemson game when he was in his sit-out year because of NCAA rules. Before the game, working like crazy with an assistant coach there who then went to East Carolina and is now with Chris Holtman at Ohio State, but worked really hard. And people don't understand player development is so important. You got to become a better basketball player. And that just takes hours and hours in the gym. And they were there. He practiced with the team, but worked like crazy afterwards when I was sitting around talking with Coach after the practice. And it paid off for him. Great career at Clemson.
One of 2 for Gabadon. It's his 5th point of the night. Power of the Paw by 7. DeVoe, a deep 3. Good!
That was seriously deep right there, but in rhythm. The dribble got his rhythm going. He just straight up, nice strip.
Out of bounds off of Harrison of Power of the Paw. Stays with Team 23. And a timeout taken by Doug Gottlieb and Team 23. It's a 30. And let's go into the Power of the Paw's huddle and listen to what Doug Gottlieb and company have to say. Or correction, Power of the Paw's huddle. Let's take a listen to what Power of the Paw's going to say.
Obviously up 10. He doesn't think it's over. He wants to keep the effort going and keep them going. You know, this team obviously takes money to get everything going. They got some serious benefactors to help them out. How about Antoine McLean, former Clemson football player. Dexter McClendon, former Clemson football player. If they win, they each get $1.
That's Brian Judsky, the head coach of Power of the Paw. Has over 15 years worth of college coaching experience, serving as an assistant coach at stops like Furman, as well as right here in Greensboro at UNCG.
So zoned by the Power of the Paw here, 2-3 zone. Get out the shooters.
Barry's 3, got it.
Hammond's a little late to the shooter.
And that 3 cuts it down to a 7-point game.
Guys are such good shooters now that when you play a zone, they can just spread you out so far because they can make them from so deep. It's hard to get to the shooter to contest it.
Harrison's 3, got it.
Like that. I mean, the line means nothing, and they're moving the line back next year in college basketball. Doesn't mean a thing. Guys will get 2 steps behind that line and still make it.
Power of the Paw leads it by 10. And that's goaltending. The basket counts for Davin White.
Team 23 needs a stop here and then a bucket to end this quarter to cut into the deficit and make it manageable going into the fourth.
Hammonds finds Reed. Draws the contact, but it's an offensive foul on Reed.
That's what you want. A.J. Desai right there in front of the play calls it properly. There's the charge. Now you got to get a bucket. And I would think you want to use most of this clock to give Power of the Paw 3 or 4 seconds left. There's the drive. The defender is not really set, but the offensive player uses his right arm to shove him out of the way. That's why it's an offensive foul.
He initiated the contact.
Yep.
Got a 2.5 second differential, shot clock to game clock here at the end of the third quarter.
Put it up with about 3 left so you can get an offensive tip.
Gaines lays it in.
Or take it when you can get it.
14 points for Gaines, and the lead is down to 6. Shot clock turned off. Last possession here, the third quarter.
Team 23 needs to stop here to feel good going in that huddle.
4 seconds to go. DeVoe against Barry. Puts it up at the buzzer. Count it! Or do they wave it off? They wave it off, says official Ted Valentine.
They're going to review it.
They're going to review it. Still in his hands. So they wave it off.
No bucket. You can see light goes on, and it's still in his hand right there. It's close, but no bucket. That's a good job by Team 23 to score and then get the stop at the end. And now we got a couple possessions. They can tie this thing up as we've seen crazier things happen in fourth quarters.
That's the end of the third quarter. Frank Gaines trying to will his team back into the game. Marquise Reed picking up where he left off in the first half. At the end of 3, the Paw by 6.
Well, my parents met in Texas. Then they moved to Washington. They had me at Fort Knox. They keep all the gold there. After that, we moved to Georgia for a couple years. Then we spent some time in Korea. Seaweed snack. Ew. And now we live here for good.
Our members call many places home.
Oh, lots of questions.
So we made owning a home easier. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission.
Back in Greensboro, start of the fourth quarter. Power of the Paw leads Team 23, 62-56. Brock Bowling, Nate Ross with you. In our fourth and final first round game of the night here in the Greensboro Regional. DeVoe whips it inside. Grant can't get the roll. Owens the rebound. Here's Dobbin White. And it looks like Davion Berry is shaken up down on this end.
I didn't see that because the play went the other way and everybody was looking the other way. Hopefully he's okay. He's got his hand over his left eye. He just gave his teammate the nod. Gave DeVoe on the drive there. And when he threw the pass, his hand just followed through and hit him in the face. He doesn't really want to come out. He's going to take the ball out of bounds. Good job. He's going to stay in there. I guess he's okay. Left eye's a little red, but he's okay.
Gaines on the drive. Blocked away by Grant. Taken away by Hammonds. Ahead of the pack is DeVoe. Stops and has his shot blocked away by White. And they call goaltending on White. Ted Valentine calls goaltending on White. Let's take a look.
There's a great block by Grant at one end. Let's check this out at the other end. That's close. That might have been coming down. That's really close, though. Ted Valentine had the same view we did, so he got a pretty good look at it.
Owens backing in, the turnaround, and it won't stay down for him. Owens got it back, and this time it's in.
That's great effort by Owens just to stay after when he thought the initial shot went in. Aggressiveness on the offensive glass. You can make a living doing that.
And DeVoe draws the foul. Team 23 wants to travel. They don't get it. Foul's on Davion Berry, and that's his third.
And he just looked at Ted Valentine, the official, and said, good call.
So Gabe DeVoe at the line. He played for the Charlotte Hornets Summer League team last summer and played this past season overseas in Poland.
That's 13 out of 15 from the line for Team Power of the Paw. That's impressive.
13 points for DeVoe in the second half alone. He has 22 for the game.
But they've been tough at the line. Might be the deciding factor. Taking a lot too, so they've been aggressive getting to the line.
Power of the Paw by 8.
That's the matchup he wants.
Barry, a 3, off the mark. White got it back. Shot clock reset to 20. Barry, another 3. This time it's good.
Offensive rebounds, extra opportunities. Team 23 takes advantage. Now they need stops, which has been tough to do against a team that spreads you out and drives it on you.
A little over 3 minutes away from the start of the Elam ending. DeVoe draws the double, nowhere to go. 10 to shoot. Harrison, a 2, got it.
For Harrison, right place, right time to be a receiver from DeVoe. Some guy just stand there and want the ball. He found an open spot so DeVoe could find him.
Back up to a 3-possession game. Gains a 3. That's off the mark. Owens fighting inside for the rebound and scores.
Boy, he's been tough on the boards the last couple possessions. Both teams look tired. Who's going to suck it up and get a couple of important buckets right here? Both teams, as you said, don't have the full complement of players, so less bodies to play.
Ten to shoot. DeVoe inside Grant, and it's knocked away by Gaines. And then taken right back by Power of the Paw. Reed, Euro step, draws the contact. Count the basket and one!
He's done it numerous times in this game where he gets bumped and just has the athleticism to bring it back and get the shot off. And got a really fortunate roll right there in an and one, little celebration on the bench.
So Marquise Reed will head to the line. He had 19 points in the first half. That's only his 7th point of the second half, and now make it 8. He has 27 points for the game. Power of the Paw, 15 of 17 of the line, and leads it by 8.
He said he needs some help. DeVoe's got 25 in the game now, so he's getting some help.
And the basket is good inside by Barry. And draws the foul and one.
Great cut, better pass, even better delivery. You know, I watch these guys play, and even when I do a basketball game, say at a Southern Conference level, what's the difference between that and somebody playing in the ACC? What's the difference between these guys and somebody making it in the NBA? It's a very small margin, but there is a difference. I don't know what it is sometimes, and sometimes these guys have the problem of deciding what it is, but there's some great athletes out here in this tournament. Some with former NBA experience as well.
Stallworth driving baseline, feeds it inside. Harrison, it won't stay in for him. Out of bounds, and it stays with the Power of the Paw.
Boy, Luke Stallworth with a great drive and dish. And they're both smiling about it because Harrison thought it was in as well. Just popped around and jumped out.
That was 90% in and somehow bounced out.
Being a 76er fan, that couldn't happen with Kawhi Leonard's shot. With me, it went the other way.
Shot clock reset to 20, and they inbound the ball into the backcourt to James. And timeout taken by Brian Judsky and the Power of the Paw. So here is a breakdown of the team shares. If Power of the Paw wins the entire TBT, and it's all broken up exactly evenly.
Yep, I like it.
That's what it should be, right?
Absolutely, I think should. I don't know why somebody should get more than another. It's not like you're the quarterback and the other guy's the second team left tackle. I mean, everybody's contributing. Everybody's busting their hump in practice as well. I like that.
So there's Brian Judsky talking to his troops. Doug Gottlieb. We talked about Doug Gottlieb at one time was the Big 12 Conference's all-time leader in career assists, and he only played in the Big 12 Conference for 3 years. His record was since broken a few years later, but right now Gottlieb is currently 10th all-time on the NCAA career assist list. That's not too shabby.
Absolutely not.
The power of the paw ball approaching 5 minutes to go in the game. Stallworth, line drive, shot goes in from downtown, and Stallworth has his first points of the night.
It used to be just get your feet set and take a three. Now it's a step back three to create separation from the defender. It's exactly what Stallworth did right there.
Barry draws the foul. He'll shoot two. Or is it on the floor? And it's 2 shots.
Interesting route for Lou Stallworth from Los Angeles. Freshman year at UTEP. Sophomore year and junior year at Texas Rio Grande. And then as a graduate student last year, this past season, at the Citadel as a grad student, or grad transfer, I should say.
So Barry at the line, 14 points, played 2 years at Cal State Monterey Bay, and then 2 years at Weber State. 2012 to 2014 was the 2014 Big Sky Player of the Year. He was a late addition to this Team 23 team, and they needed him badly because so many players ended up not being a part of the Team 23 squad as originally expected. Shaquille McKissick was injured.
Cal State Monterey Bay sounds like a really cool place to go to college.
Other players on this Team 23 club ended up not making the trip due to various reasons. There's a loose ball on the free throw and a foul again. It's on KJ James at the power of the paw. That's his first. Timeout taken by Team 23. And we'll take a break with 4:48 to go. In this one, Power of the Paw leads it by 7.
See? Romance isn't dead.
But it is here.
Thanks, Captain Obvious.
Don't hate like their trip. Book yours with Hotels.com and get rewarded basically everywhere.
Why are you here?
Why are you here?
Why are either of you here?
Hotels.com. Be there, do that, get rewarded.
Here's a look at the Greensboro regional bracket. Team Hines and Florida TNT advance. They play each other tomorrow. Team CP3 won earlier tonight in a dramatic fashion. And Team CP3 takes on the winner of this one between the Power of the Paw and Team 23. Both second-round games tomorrow night right here on ESPN3 here at the Greensboro Fieldhouse in Greensboro, North Carolina. Team 23 down 7. Owens, White, open three, book it.
Nice little two-man game. Each partner knew where the other one was, drew the defense, kicked it to the open man.
Down to a 2-possession game. And the Elam ending not too far away from beginning. Harrison draws the double. Oh, a nice pick of the pocket. Here's Brandon Garrett driving inside, plays it out for 3 by Barry. No. And Harrison corrals the rebound for the Paw.
Welcome to college basketball in 2019. Don't take a layup. Go up for the layup and kick it out to your teammate for a 3. That's the way the game has evolved. Or pro basketball, either basketball.
And we're inside of 4 minutes. Next dead ball, the Elam ending will begin. Shot clock at 8.
Which will really make it fun.
DeVoe Hangs in the air, shot blocked, and a foul called late. Oh, they call a foul on DeVoe. I think he might have tripped one of the Team 23 players.
That's what he called him. That's what he called it.
So that's the first dead ball. Under 4 minutes to go in the game. We'll now get ready for the Elam ending. Timeout of the floor. And we'll start the Elam ending when we come back with the game stopped at 3:37 to go. They'll shut off the game clock. Shot clock still in effect. They'll add 8 points to the Power of the Paw score. And the target score will be 82 points. First team to reach 82 points wins the game when we come back here on ESPN3.
Discover card? Hi, do you have a travel card? We do. The Discover It Miles card. Earn unlimited 1.5 miles on every purchase. Plus, we'll match your miles at the end of your first year.
You'll match my miles?
Yeah, mile for a mile. And no blackout dates or annual fee.
Nice. I was thinking about taking a scuba diving trip.
I love that.
Or maybe go surfing. Or not.
Okay, maybe somewhere else.
Maybe a petting zoo.
Can't go wrong.
Can't get eaten.
Earn miles. We'll match them at the end of your first year. Plus, no annual fee or blackouts. The Discover It Miles card.
Time now for the Elam ending. First dead ball, under 4 minutes to go in the game. The game clock shuts off, but the shot clock is still in effect. And they set the target score by adding 8 points to the leading team's score. That sets the target score, and whichever team reaches the target score first wins the game. So Power of the Paw is the leading team. It has 74 points. They add 8 points to the total. That sets the target score. First team to reach 82 points in this one is the winner. Power of the Paw down by 4.
I got to talk to my
up 4.
I got to talk to my friends that are college coaches. They got to do this in their camps. And Elam ending to end it. It's just so much more fun. And you can adapt. Oh, nice block. And you can adapt it. You don't have to add 8, whatever you want to do. But it's just a better way to end a basketball game. Simple.
And it forces you to get stops instead of having to foul, put them on the line.
Hack or whatever, yeah. And the game wins on a bucket. Could be a free throw, but it's a bucket. We've had some amazing, exciting endings on threes. 2 of them ended on threes.
The Elam ending idea came from Nick Elam, founder of the Elam Ending Middle School principal in Ohio, diehard basketball fan. He's done extensive studies and research about games and teams that try to extend the games by fouling, putting them on the line, hoping for a miss, come back, get the ball back, score, repeat the process. It slows down the games. And he says on average, in the games that he's studied and seen over the years, that prolonging of the game and extending the game, putting them on the line, the fouling, etc. Teams only come back to tie, send the game to overtime, or win only 1.5% of the time.
And Mr. Valvano's NC State team is one of them, but that was very, very rare.
He's part of the 1.5%.
Yep. A Mensa member, Nick Elam, which I appreciate, but I don't understand it. You got to be pretty sharp in that category and big-time mathematician as well. But I've seen it for 3 games, and this is the 4th, and I love it. Absolutely love it.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're having fun with this, aren't you?
It's great. It's a great way to end a basketball game.
Owens makes both. 13 for Owens. It's down to a 2-point game. Again, first team to reach 82 points wins this game.
See if the Power of the Paw can do what they did the entire game and get to the line like they did on a consistent basis and make a ton of them to get to this point.
DeVoe driving inside, hangs in the air, got stopped, and he lost it out of bounds, but touched last by Team 23 with 8 to shoot.
Boy, he was lucky that Gaines was trailing him, and he threw it into Gaines' hands, who knocked it out of bounds.
Reed, tough shot, partially blocked, taken away by Dobbin White.
I love the fact that the game clock's off, but the shot clock is obviously still in effect, and that affected that possession. They only had 8 to put it up.
Gaines out of control, tough shot, and banks it in. And we're tied at 74. Each team just 8 points away from the target score.
So smart that he was a little out. Look at this steal, a little out of control, and he banked it. There's a young man that's been in 5 of these. He understands what's going on out there. Dobbin White.
Gaines. Oh, comes up short on the finger roll. He couldn't get it over the rim. Rebound, power of the paw. Grant on the drive. Got fouled from behind. He'll go to the line for 2. Good save on defense. And the stop by Larry Owens. That's his second foul.
It's not a bad foul. Grant could make them both, but he hasn't scored yet, and he's 0 for 2 from the line.
So Jere Grant will go to the line, the son of Harvey Grant, who played at Clemson as well as Oklahoma. Went to a Final Four with Oklahoma in 1988. He's the nephew of Horace Grant.
Pretty athletic family.
Who won titles with the Bulls and the Lakers. So Jere played in Lithuania this past season. Also played 4 years at Clemson. Comes up short of the free throw. It's no good. His 4 years at Clemson, 2007 to 2011. Made the 2011 ACC All-Defensive Team. And that breaks the tie. That's his first point of the game. And power of the paw just 3 points away, 7 points away from the target score.
Well, he almost got beat celebrating that made free throw, and Team 23 came flying down the floor, but they adjusted and got back on D.
Owens, tough shot, won't stay down, got his own rebound, driving, and they call it off, but no, they score the basket and won. Oh no, they just called 2 shots.
Tough call here on the drive. Does James get there in time? I agree with the call. He does not. No bucket, 2 at the line.
I thought for a moment the basket was good. I was blocked from the view of the rim. So Owens makes the first one. Tie game at 75.
Look at that face. You can see the effort in that man's face right there. 2 big ones.
And Team 23 leads it by 1. Team 23 with its first lead since it was 48-46. Reed hanging and missing the shot, but he's fouled and a chance to inch closer to that target score.
Well, he just has a way to draw the foul. Didn't make the shot that time, but get the shot off with some really nice soft touch on it. And see if they can continue to do what they've done at the line so far. Shooting 84%, and that's with Grant's miss last time, made 1 of 2.
27 points for Reed, make it 28. And the power of the paw, 17 of 20 from the line. 18 of 21. 29 points for Marquise Reed. Power of the paw by 1. 5 points away from the win. White trying to make something happen, creating space. Here's Garrett's 3. That's off the mark, and the rebound by Reed for the power of the paw. Blocking foul called on Larry Owens. And that'll send power of the paw to the line for the double bonus free throw.
Yeah, if you're Team 23, you do not want to send anybody from Clemson to the line. I did it again. For the power of the paw to the line, especially Reed. That's 12 of 13 for him, not for the team, for him this evening.
30 points for Reed.
What a great quote. To be a great free throw shooter, you have to learn to love the boredom of practicing free throws. And that's what it is, but you got to learn to love it. $31 for Marquise Reed.
Power of the Paw just 3 points away from the target score.
Great first half for Reed, and he followed it up with a really good second half.
Davis to Owens. Owens inside, draws the foul. He'll go to the line for 2.
Well, he got Stallworth on him and knew he had a size advantage, and just kept pivoting, getting inside, and finally got the shot up. Didn't make it, but going to the line.
Larry Owens at the line, 2 years of junior college basketball, 2 years at Oral Roberts University, 2 years in the NBA with 3 teams, the Spurs, the Wizards, and the Nets. He's been around the block, if you will.
Yeah, he's been where a lot of guys are dreaming to get. Got to give him credit for that.
Makes both free throws. Timeout, Team 23. Team 23 down 1. Power of the Paw 3 points away from the target score, and Team 23 still a 2-possession game.
There's a situation we had in an earlier game too, and CP3 went for the 3. Hairston made it. You need 3 to win. It was a different situation because that game was tied, but if you get 2 here, the other team can't beat you with their possession. Let's see what he's decided.
I'll be good. He might be the one to hit the shot.
I got 2 on me.
They got to score. They have 2 possessions to score anyway. So let's do it this way. Okay, let's trap on this possession. Okay, wait till they get the end of shot clock. You live off the trap that shit. You're not fucking back. Yeah, trap that ball speed and rotate off. One stop, brother. One stop. Don't leave the shooter. You can leave 2 if you have to, and then recover 2. Hey, we've been here before. One stop.
Big is open down low. Do not help. You can't give up.
Hey, the big gets in.
It's interesting. He knows it's going to take 2 possessions. And his team yelled, "We need 1 stop," obviously, right here. This is a great way to end games. I mean, Dr. Elam, good move by you.
What do you think James Naismith would think about this?
It'd make it more exciting. I think he would. I mean, there's nothing worse than just fouling and extending the game and that stuff. Once I've seen this, I'm a believer.
You've become a fan.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, will Power to Paul go for the 3 or go for a bucket and get the next one? I guess they're going for a bucket. Nice block.
Reed's shot is blocked. DeVoe has it. Shot clock didn't reset. It's down to 7. Grant has it. Out of control. And a stop on defense by Team 23.
They got what they needed.
They got the stop. Now can they get a bucket? Here's a 3 by Gaines that's missed. Rebound by DeVoe.
Good shot. Got him off a little ball screen. Got him an open 3.
And Power of the Paw can win the game with a 3 right here.
Last time they decided to go for 2, not 3. Here comes Gabe DeVoe. Watch out from deep.
DeVoe fouled on a 3-point shot. He'll go to the line for 3 free throws and a chance to win the game.
Well, you knew he had a big man on him. He's going to do something with it. Watch a little step back. Get away from the defender. Got knocked down. You got to give the offensive player a chance to land 3 times, and they advance.
So if he makes all 3 free throws, the game is over. Team 23 is hoping for at least 1 miss, but this is a Power of the Paw team, which is 20 of 23 from the stripe here tonight. There's 1.
And he's 7 of 7 by himself.
There's 2.
First 2 were easy. This is the hard one.
And a timeout by Doug Gottlieb and Team 23 to try and ice DeVoe.
I like it. I mean, what are you going to do? Sit there and watch him make 3 in a row? You might as well. If you got him, use him.
Team 23 still 4 points away from the target score.
They're not talking. Heck, he's made 6 of 6. He's telling him to make one more.
I think he's pretty confident that DeVoe will make the free throw.
He's not putting anybody on the line to rebound.
We've had 2 3-pointers decide the game in our previous games today.
If he misses this, Team 23 can't win unless it's a 4-point play, so you just got to play. But there's nobody with an orange shirt on that believes he's going to miss. And I like what DeVoe's doing. He's not standing on the line waiting. He's talking with his teammates. He was standing there talking with Grant. Now he'll step to the line. And, of course, Team 23, Davis walks by, says something to him. I mean, you got to try what you got to try. This is it.
If DeVoe makes the free throw here, the game is over and Power of the Paw wins. The third of 3 free throws. And that's your ball game. Gabe DeVoe reaches the target score for the Power of the Paw, and the 3-seed Power of the Paw defeats Team 23 82-78.
Let me tell you something, those 3 free throws, he hadn't hit the rim yet. They were 3 perfect shots. Great way to win it. Great game.
And our 4 first-round games of the Greensboro Regional here in the 2019 TBT are in the books. And with the exception of Florida TNT, the higher-seeded team won all the games. So here's a look at our updated bracket as tomorrow at 5 o'clock Eastern Time, second round game number 1 in the Greensboro Regional. 1 seed Team Hines against 5 seed Florida TNT, followed by the nightcap game, 2 seed Team CP3 against 3 seed Power of the Paw. And they will officially punch their ticket to the second round by placing their name right on the bracket in the winner's spot. Done so by Lou Stallworth, and the Power of the Paw on 3 free throws by Gabe DeVoe wins it 82-78. That's going to wrap things up for us here tonight. Our final score from Greensboro: Power of the Paw 82, Team 23 78. Our next telecasts are tomorrow night at 5 and 7 Eastern Time from Greensboro. For Nate Ross and our entire crew, Brock Bowling saying so long. Thanks for watching the TBT on ESPN3.